excavating the palace of Sennacherib, which its ancient name is the palace with no rival. It is huge. It makes a very great palace for a child. Okay? It's this massive palace that has panels along the wall bragging about all of the great victories that Sennacherib has had. Okay, so imagine this giant palace. In the center of in the palace, it has a main courtyard. Okay, and at the front of the main courtyard is a hallway going off of the front of this inner courtyard, and it's got these monumental, spaces and going down into maybe even look more monumental. It goes down, the ones up in the front are bigger, and then they get smaller as they go down to give the delusion that it's even bigger and longer than it is. But it all points to a room, and that room is the specific, the most important showroom of the whole palace. It's like looking down a telescope at this room. That room is the Lachish room. And that room, these panels for the destruction of Lachish were displayed in Sennacherib's palace. Now let me tell you, Sennacherib did not want in his main showroom for his whole palace Lachish. What did he want? Jerusalem. But he never got it. So he put the second greatest city in Judah in his showroom. And what these are basically, they're like a stone movie of depicting what was going on. So this is the camp over here, the Assyrian camp, and this is Sennacherib himself sitting on the throne. And here they're coming up before him, and people are begging for their lives. And here's two Jews being flayed. You see children even. You see the ones that are being exiled. And you see the plunder that's coming out from the city, the chariot. And you see these are the siege ramps that are going up to the city itself. Here's siege ramps. You see these war machines with the battering rams coming on the top, and you see that big spoon that the guys got that's dumping water onto it? See what I'm talking about right there? Yes? Good. So they're trying to catch it on fire from the tower up in Lachish, and they're trying to wet it down so it doesn't catch on fire. You've got your archers here. They're throwing everything that they can over the side. I mean, we're talking a fight for survival, and a fight to the death. Look at these big war machines that are coming up here, and at the same time, it's all happening in the depiction. It's all happening at the same time. The defeat and the exile and the actual battle itself. Here are the leaders of Lachish that are being put on poles and decorating the outside of the city. Now, if you're looking at all of them, you'd also see slingers. I don't see any slingers, do you?
They're on another panel.
They're on another panel that's not depicted here.
That's what
But
the
you
panel
see here, here's Lachish, right? All the walls around Lachish, they broke through one specific place. And that's where the archaeology focused, and that's where the finds came out of. We're talking tons and tons of Assyrian arrowheads, and also the arrowheads that the Judeans were fighting. You see these slings, what a sling stone looks like here. And so these are the ones. And in fact, when you see them depicted, the archers are in front and the slingers are behind the archers, which means that they can sling these stones further than you can shoot an arrow. This is a replica of the Taylor prism that's on display in the British Museum, which is Sennacherib's account of what happened. So we have Sennacherib's account that we can compare to Isaiah and to biblical books and see that the details line up. That's why, remember when we were at the cave number 1, you got to get the ancient past right. Well, when you take Isaiah, the great Isaiah scroll that we were just looking at a replica of, and you line it up with the Isaiah account and Sennacherib account side by side, the details are amazing of what cities fell and which ones in which order and all kinds of details. That's why when you hear the critics say that Isaiah was written by many authors, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. See, it's impossibility because they have them numbered. Isaiah 1, Isaiah 2, have you heard this? You know what I'm talking about? Why do they have an Isaiah 1? They have to have an Isaiah 1 because the details all match with the account. So that means the only way that that's humanly possible to get all those details right is that there had to be a writer at the event itself that got the details right. Okay, no problem. Isaiah 1. Problem, that Isaiah scroll that you were looking at starts talking about the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem. Well, Isaiah 1 can't know that. That's not going to happen for over a century. So you've got to have an Isaiah 2. You've got to have somebody in the Babylonian period that gets those details right, that then adds on to the details that are right with the Assyrians. Then it starts talking about Cyrus. It names Cyrus from this period. Now think of it from a secular scholarship. That's impossible. Isaiah 3, right? And so that was the understanding. Now, what they used to do is look at Isaiah is not about the Babylonian and the Persian period. It's about this Messiah who's coming and all the details of who he's going to be and what he's going to accomplish. That fits so perfectly with Jesus of Nazareth and what he claimed to be and what he accomplished. So it was easy at that point. You just put in Isaiah 5 that wrote after all those events happened. But then the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. Now we got a whole scroll of Isaiah that predates this supposed Roman Isaiah. And if Isaiah can predict all that stuff so accurately, and we can prove that it's a prediction because we have copies that predate it, then he can predict about the Persian period, and he can predict about the Babylonian period. And because it's not man speaking to us, it's God speaking to us, and that's how we know it gets the ancient past right, and it gets the future right from there. And it is impossible. Secular scholarship is right. It is impossible. Only God can do that.